People often see heartbreak as a sign of weakness, but what if I told you it's actually proof that you loved deeply? And that kind of love is rare and powerful. Heartbreak is one of the most universal human experiences. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, or what stage of life you're in. If you've ever truly loved, you've likely experienced the pain of loss. It can feel like your entire world is crashing down. Sleep disappears, your appetite fades, your chest feels tight, and even the smallest memories can sting like daggers. Many people in the midst of heartbreak assume that this pain is a sign of weakness, that maybe they cared too much, gave too much, or trusted too easily. But what if we looked at heartbreak differently? What if, instead of seeing it as a failure or a weakness, we saw it as evidence that you had the courage to love deeply, that you dared to open yourself up in a way that many people never allow themselves to do? The truth is, heartbreak is not a reflection of your inadequacy. It is a mirror of the love you carried in your heart. If you feel deeply in loss, it's because you felt deeply in love. And that is not something to regret. It is something to honor. In today's video, we'll explore why heartbreak is actually proof of deep love, why that matters, and how it can reshape the way you see yourself, your past, and your future. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and join us as we turn heartbreak into healing. Let's dive in. 1. Heartbreak means you allowed yourself to be vulnerable. Love, at its core, is an act of vulnerability. It's handing someone else the keys to your heart, knowing full well they could drop them, misuse them, or even walk away with them. When you experience heartbreak, it's proof that you dared to take that risk. So many people walk through life guarded. They build walls around their hearts because they fear rejection or pain. They never let anyone close enough to really matter. On the surface, that may seem like protection, but in truth, it's loneliness disguised as safety. If you're heartbroken, it means you did the opposite. You opened up. You let someone see the raw, unpolished version of you. You trusted. You shared your laughter, your dreams, your fears, and your silence with someone. And even though the relationship didn't last, that willingness to be vulnerable is one of the bravest things a human being can do. In fact, vulnerability is the birthplace of real intimacy. Without it, love can't thrive. Heartbreak proves you were courageous enough to try. It shows you experienced real emotional connection. Think about it. Shallow relationships rarely leave us shattered. A fling, a short-lived attraction, or a surface-level connection might sting when it ends, but it won't leave you awake at 3 a.m. replaying conversations in your head or wondering where things went wrong. The intensity of heartbreak is directly tied to the depth of the connection you had. If you're hurting, it means you truly invested yourself in that relationship. It means the person mattered deeply. It means you shared more than just time. You shared pieces of your soul. There's something profoundly beautiful about that. To connect with another human being in a way that shapes your very identity is not ordinary. It's extraordinary. Heartbreak is proof that you reached depths of love that many people never do. And while it hurts now, the very fact that you can form that kind of connection means you carry within you the capacity for love that is rich, deep, and transformative. Here's something most people don't realize. Emotional pain is a mirror. It reflects back the intensity of what was once there. If your heartbreak feels unbearable, it's not because you were weak. It's because your love was strong. Psychologists have long studied grief, and one truth stands out. The more deeply we love, the more deeply we grieve when we lose. This applies not only to romantic love, but also to family bonds, friendships, even the loss of a beloved pet. The magnitude of pain reveals the magnitude of love. So, if your heart aches so badly that it feels like you can't breathe, know this. It's because you had the courage to love with your whole being. You didn't hold back. You didn't ration your affection. You loved fully. And while that love didn't have the ending you hoped for, the love itself remains valid, powerful, and real. Heartbreak is not evidence that you were foolish. It's evidence that you were alive in the truest sense of the word. You took the risk of loving fully. Love is, by nature, risky. Every time you fall for someone, you gamble with your heart. There's no contract, no guarantee, no promise that it will last forever. And yet, we love anyway. Why? Because love, despite its risks, gives life its deepest meaning. The moments of laughter, the comfort of companionship, the joy of being seen and known, these are worth the gamble. When you're heartbroken, it means you took that risk. You didn't hide in fear or settle for half-hearted affection. You chose to dive in, knowing you could be hurt. That takes courage. Some people never allow themselves to take that leap. They avoid love altogether, convincing themselves it's safer to never try. But you did try, you jumped, you risked, and heartbreak is the proof. While it feels devastating now, remember, only those who dare to love fully ever know the richness of true connection. Heartbreak may be painful, but it is also evidence that you lived courageously. 5. It leaves lessons that shape your future. Love, every heartbreak leaves behind lessons. At first, those lessons may feel cruel. They arrive in the form of sleepless nights, unanswered questions, and endless what-ifs. But as time passes, clarity emerges. You begin to recognize patterns. You see where you gave too much or accepted too little. You notice red flags you ignored or boundaries you failed to set. You learn how important compatibility, communication, and respect truly are. These lessons, painful as they are gifts. They prepare you for the love that's yet to come. They make you wiser, stronger, and more self-aware. They ensure that the next time you love, you do so with deeper understanding and greater balance. In this way, heartbreak doesn't just prove that you loved deeply. It also refines your ability to love better in the future. It proves you're capable of real love. Some people live their entire lives without ever knowing what it feels like to love fully. They skim the surface of relationships, afraid to dive too deep. They may avoid heartbreak, but they also avoid the transformative power of love. If you've experienced heartbreak, it means you're capable of the real thing. It means your heart can stretch, expand, and hold someone else fully. It means you're not just capable of giving love, you're capable of receiving it too. This capacity is a strength, not a weakness. The very fact that you can feel so deeply is proof that your soul is alive. Heartbreak doesn't diminish your value, it reveals it. And here's the beautiful part. Once healed, your capacity for love doesn't disappear. If anything, it grows. You carry with you the lessons, resilience, and wisdom that only come from surviving heartbreak. That means the love you give in the future will be even more profound. Heartbreak hurts. It may be one of the hardest experiences you'll ever endure. But don't mistake your pain for weakness. Don't believe the lie that heartbreak means you loved foolishly. The truth is the opposite. Heartbreak is proof that you loved deeply. It proves that you had the courage to be vulnerable, the strength to connect, and the bravery to take risks. It shows that you're capable of real love, the kind that transforms, the kind that matters. Yes, you may be hurting now, but remember this: pain fades, wounds heal, and hearts grow stronger. And when the time comes, you will love again, not despite your heartbreak, but because of it. For every tear shed, every sleepless night endured, and every ache you felt has been shaping you into someone wiser, stronger, and more capable of love than ever before. So, if you're heartbroken, hold on to this truth. Heartbreak is not the end. It's evidence of your beautiful capacity to love. And that capacity will carry you into a future where the love you give and the love you receive will be richer than ever before. If this video helped you, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need these words today.